I am the fated villain. Chapter 328. A few days later, a space portal opened up and a massive warship slowly began to emerge. Everyone started buzzing with excitement when they realized it was Guangji's personal warship. A female prodigy in fancy robes gasped in shock. Guangji actually dared to show his face. It looks like he's totally ignoring the rumors, and isn't even scared of getting jumped and taken out right here. A male prodigy standing nearby shot back around him. Or are we the ones about to get wiped out by him instead? Somewhere else, 3 other geniuses were also caught off guard by Guangji's arrival. One of them said, "Brother Jin Yun, that guy actually showed up." Seeing this, the girl with them turned and asked, "What's the move? Brother Jin Yun, do we need to step in?" The group leader replied, "What are you guys thinking? He's way out of our league right now, so let's just stick to the plan." He looked at the other 2 with calculating eyes and said, "We just need to focus on trashing his reputation to bait more factions into opposing him, because since his status is now on par with the ancestors, he won't be able to openly attack us as long as we're careful." At that moment, Guangji stepped off the warship onto the battlefield and asked, "Is this where the absolute heavenly detachment disaster started?" Everyone bowed respectfully as soon as they saw him. "Greetings, young Master Chang. Over the past few days, the absolute heavenly detachment's invasion has been unstoppable, swallowing nearly 1,000,000 miles of territory." Another person chimed in, "Right now, this disaster is still tearing through neighboring dimensions at an insane speed." A girl added, "Exactly. It's also constantly wrecking lower realms and the borders of the nearby ancient world, so if this keeps up..." Guangji looked pissed and announced, "Everyone shares the responsibility for the upper realm's safety, and although it got held up and arrived late, I hope I'm still in time." Hearing that, everyone got hyped and started pointing fingers at each other. One guy asserted, "I told you, there's no way young Master Chang would hide just because of some baseless rumors." Someone else spoke up, "I trust the young master's character, and it's obvious someone's trying to frame him. There's no way he's the demonic art successor." On this side, 2 young geniuses were also stunned by how things were playing out. The girl with him said irritably they were just trash-talking him, but the second he shows up, everyone calms down like they just took a sedative. This kind of influence is probably something only he can pull off in the upper realm. The guy next to her replied, "Anyway, I'm sticking to my rule of never crossing him, because this dude is seriously deep and unpredictable." In another area, those 3 geniuses were absolutely fuming. Their whole plan had been dismantled by Guangji with just a few simple words. The girl beside him asked, "What's our next move, Brother Jin?" Jin Yun stayed silent, not knowing how to respond. Looking down at Guangji's group from above, Jin Yun shouted, "Well said, young Master Chang, but the reality is that the factions here have been fighting and losing people for days, while you only show up once things have settled down. Are you intentionally or unintentionally treating all of us here like disposable pawns?" Below, Guangji shot a dissatisfied look at the person who just spoke. Immediately, a young man stepped forward to challenge them. "You people from Sky Cloud Valley, how can you even say something like that?" Guangji kept his cool, not even bothering to look at those geniuses, as he said, "Justice lies in the hearts of the people, and since I always act with integrity, I'm not afraid of any villainous plots." Witnessing that boss-level comeback, an old man nearby gasped in admiration, "Young Master Chang." Guangji reached out to touch the blood mist aura, and continued, "Only by finding the source of this substance can we completely put an end to this disaster." Seeing that, everyone screamed in fear, "Young Master Chang, please be careful." The crowd was totally panicked and started buzzing. "Incredible, even though the young master's strength is beyond a Dao Achiever, this mist still can't hurt him, while even supremes like us could die just by touching it. The young master taking the lead like this is truly for the greater good." Everyone looked at Guangji with eyes full of respect. An elder stepped forward, greeted him, and said, "Young master, our saintess Jian Chuchu has gone deep into the mist alone, so please, we beg you'd help her." When he heard Jian Chuchu had already gone inside, Guangji looked worried. What? Then he thought to himself, that silly girl, I'd already sent word, yet she's still risking her life. Does she really think the treasure I gave her can protect her perfectly? Guangji said in a serious tone, "Listen up, everyone, this mist is very strange, and since the ancestors won't step in, and your cultivation isn't high enough, I will head in to investigate by myself." On the other side, 2 Dao Achievers were discussing, "This mist is scary, but it can't harm a Dao Achiever yet, so he's probably just using this to build his reputation, and if he succeeds, the demonic art rumors will naturally vanish." One Dao Achiever hurriedly urged to execute the plan immediately. Just then, a masked figure rushed out from below and shouted, shocking everyone, "Guangji, doing nothing but a hypocritical demonic art successor. Today we remaking you pay, so don't let him fool you, everyone." The confused crowd asked each other, what does this mean? Even more people in the crowd started shouting excitedly, avenge our families and ancestors by taking down the devious Guchang. On the opposite side, a masked person also gasped in surprise. That's weird, why would a bunch of weak cultivators dare to attack Guchang? What's going on here? Someone else also expressed shock at the sudden turn of events. The girl with the masked person insightfully noted, this is clearly a setup by some faction, because if Guchang starts a massacre right now, his newly built reputation will be completely trashed. Over where Jin Yun was, he smirked, if Guchang slaughters everyone here, his campaign will be a total failure. The girl beside him confidently added, when that happens, our ancestor will have a legit reason to step in and take him out. Suddenly, a voice boomed, how dare you? A massive hand descended from the sky, swatting people down like flies. Witnessing that scene, everyone was terrified and had no clue what was happening. The crowd buzzed, asking each other, was that a Dao Achiever stepping in? Oh, it's a Remnant Immortal. A massive figure slowly appeared, it was Ire. Everyone looked tiny in the presence of this gargantuan being. Ire roared in rage, you ants actually dare to insult the young master. As soon as he finished speaking, he swung his hand down at the ground, boom. When Ire landed, the ground shook violently with an incredibly powerful aura. The geniuses who were just plotting against Guchang immediately bolted in absolute terror. The Dao Achievers also wondered suspiciously, is this a remnant immortal? Could it be the Gu family's ancestor? But he's calling Guchang a young master. What are we supposed to do now? Guchang spoke solemnly when the absolute heavenly detachment disaster broke out. Many major factions and ancient families stayed indifferent, not even bothering to look into the cause. He spread his arms and confidently declared, the moment I showed up, you use dirty tricks to send assassins. Are you afraid I'll solve this disaster and clear up those slanders? I really didn't expect you to act like this at such a critical moment. While the disaster spreads, and the Dao Achievers hide, only the saintess of the human ancestor hall dares to act alone. The crowd started whispering, young Master Chang is risking his life to help, yet they still have the heart to frame him. Over on this side, the masked person and the beautiful girl also sighed. It looks like the group from Sky Cloud Valley just played themselves. Below, Guchang challenged, are the ancestors not planning to show up or invite them out? Ire replied, as you command, young master. He threw a strike into the void. Space cracked open, and the hiding Dao Achievers were immediately exposed and seized. One Dao Achiever asked angrily Guchang, what do you think you're doing? Guchang looked at them with contempt and said, discussing how to stop this disaster to save lives, obviously. Do you guys actually have the guts to go deep into the absolute Yin region with me to investigate, or do you just not want to solve this disaster at all? A female Dao Achiever barked angrily, Guchang, drop those wicked intentions right now, we aren't following you into a danger zone. Because nobody knows if you want to save the world or just wipe us out. Plus don't use a remnant immoral to threaten us, since our factions aren't lacking that kind of power either. In the face of that criticism, Guchang unleashed a surge of immortal energy and asked, do you really want to cross me? The immortal energy instantly engulfed and scorched the female Dao Achiever, making her scream in agony without being able to fight back. The other Dao Achievers were terrified and desperately called out their comrade's name, fellow Daoist Teshu. Below, Jin Yun's group gasped in horror, look at that. Everyone is willing to kill another faction's ancestor, so how can anyone say he's not the demonic art successor? The Dao Achievers began gearing up for an attack and rallied. Guchang is so sinister, we'd rather fight to the death today than fall into a trap, so whatever you want, use your clan protecting treasures and risk it all against this demonic art successor. Guchang gave a cold laugh and asked, you keep calling me the demonic art successor, but where's the proof? The Dao Achiever shot back, then why don't you prove that you aren't that guy? Guchang replied, fine. You can be heartless, but it can't be dishonorable, because if we fight here, all the cultivators will get caught in the crossfire. Then he turned his back and said, since you don't want to join, I'll let this suspect go scout things out for everyone on his own. The crowd buzzed with talk. It's so ironic that the major factions keep accusing the young master, yet their own ancestors have zero intention of saving people, so who's the real villain here? Everyone started chanting in unison, we support and trust young Master Chang. Guchang glanced down as if signaling someone and thought to himself, it's time for you to do your job. Below, the young man received the order with a face full of anxiety and fear. The scene shifted deep into the battlefield with a series of massive explosions. A thunderous blast echoed. Jian Chuchu was battling a black dragon and got hit in the arm, making her wince in pain. She immediately used an emperor-grade treasure to take the monster down. Then she backed off and told herself, even though it's a quasi-emperor level creature, I can still handle it with Chang's secret techniques and treasures. Suddenly, another black dragon appeared and absorbed all the remaining ones. This made Jian Qiuqiu absolutely terrified, her face turning pale as she couldn't understand what was happening. She stood frozen before this terrifying transformation. From above, a massive beast with red eyes and razor-sharp teeth emerged. She gasped in shock. This is the real disaster for the upper realm.